Hi, this is a really quick thing I got to the film. My mic just died as I was filming this previously, so I'm reshooting it. Apologies if this is really crappy, but I'm just gonna go with it. So, that's to sync it up right there. But, hi guys, I just want to say this is a weird video because this is a video combined with two old videos I made back in 2017. I tried a movie review thing a while back. I've tried it many times, and I've never been satisfied with it. And this one is really based off of Dead Meat, if you'll know them. And I want to try and continue the series in the future, but I don't want to make it similar to Dead Meat. I'm going to try to do my own thing with it, because previously it was kind of just a fan thing, but now I kind of actually want to make movie reviews, and we'll see if I can. I'm not going to make any promises. We'll see what I like to do. But it was previously just, a fan thing, and I actually did count the kills. If I made a new one, it would just be me reviewing the movies, because I don't really want to take his style, you know what I mean? Because I want to be original in some way. So I do hope you enjoy this video. Maybe I'll make more of these. We'll see. Who knows? Go check out Dead Meat because he's a big inspiration behind this one and probably any future ones. So hopefully you guys do enjoy. If you do leave it down below, and I'll see you in the video. This video contains a lot of violence, a lot of blood, a lot of swearing. If you're not allowed to watch rated R movies, then do not even watch this video. I'm serious. You will get scarred. You'll get in trouble. Just don't go there. If you're not allowed to watch rated R movies, step off this video now. Hey guys, me right up here, and I know my camera quality looks kind of bad right now. I apologize for that. I'm filming this last minute before I render the video, but I just want to say this is a series I've been wanting to start for a while where I review movies, and what I did basically is I went around YouTube, looked at like a bunch of different movie reviews. I'll leave links to their channels in the description, and I took a bunch of ideas. So if you watch a lot of movie reviews, you will notice a lot of reoccurring things that most YouTubers use. And as well, all the music I got from this video will be down in the description. All I did is I went to the YouTube library and I typed in like creepy, dark, and I took a bunch of songs from there. I only ended up using two, and I think they've been used before in other movie reviews. But yeah, this is going to be a general thing. I'll explain more in the second part of how my movie reviews are going to be different, but it's kind of like a combination of a bunch of different movie reviews. So if you want to check it out, just go check out other channels in the description. Go support them, support me. I ask that you share this video with a lot of people because this took a lot of time. Overall, this took me roughly 6 hours of just editing, and that's insane. I've never spent this much time just editing. And over time, they're going to get a lot better. This one was kind of cringy, acting was kind of bad, and yet again, I apologize for camera quality. It's better in the actual video itself. So please go and watch that video and enjoy it, and tell me what you think in the comments. And I'll see you at the end of the video. Take care. Ryan's movie review takes no claim and ownership of the footage in the movie. He is merely using the footage to educate and criticize the work. Ryan advises all viewers to go buy or rent the movie and watch it fully rather than just watching his video. Thank you. Hello everyone, my name's Ryan and welcome to the movie review. Today we're going to be reviewing It. It came out in September 2017 and quickly became one of the highest grossing R-rated movies of all time. It takes place in Derry, Maine, where a bunch of kids have to fight off this evil entity that takes the form of Pennywise. The Dancing Clowns. This movie, rather than taking place in the 50s, takes place in the 80s, so it gives it kind of a rated R Stranger Things kind of feel, especially since Finn Wolfhard's in it. Let's just get right into this movie. The movie starts with a rainy day as older brother Bill makes a boat for his little brother Georgie. Georgie is by far the cutest kid in cinema I've seen. Just look at him. How can you not say aw when he hits his head on his little roadblock? Aww. Georgie's boat floats into a sewer as we get our first look at the whole reason we were watching this movie in the first place.
Hiya, Georgie.
Pennywise decides to show the audience just how easy it is to crumble the stranger danger rules we all learned as kids.
Pennywise? Yes, meet Georgie. Georgie, meet Pennywise. Now we aren't strangers.
It's at this point we see an iconic scene. In the miniseries, we only hear about Georgie getting his arm bit off. This movie shows the whole attack in quite a disturbing way. This marks the first kill of the movie. And since it's the first kill of the movie, you know what that means. It's time for a title card! The movie then introduces us to Mike and his grandpa. His grandpa doesn't take any of Mike's crap and just straight up kills the sheep that Mike was supposed to while giving him a stupid talk about life. A school bell rings, which means it's our sign to meet the rest of the losers. We're first introduced to Richie, Eddie, and Stanley. Richie being a comedian of the group.
Yeah, and I think the rabbi's gonna pull down your pants. Turn to the crowd and say, "Where's the view?"
At least they got better friends than Bev. Bev is being bullied by other girls as they pour trash on her. Bye, Bev. Hope your summer ain't too trashy. Trust me, my jokes only get worse from here. The boys now encounter the bullies of the movie. We've got Henry Bowers, Patrick, and my personal favorite, Belch. Henry's dad gives Henry a look that prevents him from doing anything bad to the boys. There's a new kid on the block, and his name is Ben. Ben meets Bev and instantly takes a liking to her after she signs his yearbook. Aww, aren't they cute? Too bad their relationship is ruined later in the film.
We see our first adult-child exchange between Bill and his dad as his dad yells at him for making a model sewer system to find Georgie.
He's dead! There is nothing we can do! Nothing!
Compared to most of the child and adult interactions throughout this movie, this is by far the nicest and least weird one. So just enjoy it while you can. Mike is doing a delivery for his dad when he goes up to a door that has hands coming out of it. The door opens up and we see Pennywise at the end of the hallway giving Mike a really weird stare. Right before Mike can do any more investigating, Henry Bowers drives by and almost kills him. By now, Stan is practicing for his bar mitzvah, and his dad tells him he's not doing any good, so he's telling him to put his Torah back in his office. As he goes into the office, he looks at the painting that creeps him out and just walks on by it, puts the Torah up on its shelf, and as he turns around, the lady in the painting is missing. Where'd she go? Oh, there she is. At this point, Eddie, Richie, and Bill are about to leave Eddie's house with a bunch of supplies to head to the Barrens, and his mom asks him where he's going and makes him give him a goodbye kiss.
Do you want one for me too, Mrs. K? I was kidding.
Ben is seen in the library writing a love letter to Bev. After writing the letter, Ben decides to do some casual reading about Derry. He finds that there was an Easter egg explosion that killed 88 children. As he's reading, a balloon floats by him, and he walks into a basement to then see a headless man chase after him. Wait, I thought Pennywise was actually the monster for this movie, but it turns out it was just the headless... Never mind, it was just Pennywise. The bullies catch Ben as he escapes from the library, and they drag him to a bridge where Henry tries to carve his name into Ben. Ben doesn't like this, so he kicks off at Henry. This makes him roll down a hill, and the boys follow him. Henry loses his knife on the fall, so he sends Patrick, off to go find Ben. Ben finally meets up with Eddie, Richie, and Bill. He never knew them, but they're about to become great friends. Meanwhile, Patrick has gone into a sewer looking for Ben with his homemade flamethrower. He comes across a bunch of zombie girls and tries to run away from them. As he runs away, he traps himself at a dead end. This is when a balloon floats up to him, and that balloon pops. Behind that balloon is none other than Pennywise himself doing his jerky CGI kill. This marks Patrick as the second death in the movie. The boys, now taking Ben with them, go to a pharmacy where they're trying to get supplies to heal up Ben. They find Bev doing girl stuff, and they tell her they don't have any money. Now this is a weird scene, and I'm gonna keep this out of the video because I just found it really weird. But basically, Bev flirts with the pharmacist. He is very, very creepy and responsive to how she flirts. So let's just cut that out. As they're helping bandage Ben up, Bev walks into the alleyway and wonders what's happening. This is when Bill decides to tell her we're going to the quarries. Bev gets home, and her father asks if she's still his little girl. He's a very creepy dude, and you can tell this is a poor relationship between these two. It's obvious that he sexually assaults her, which is really sad for this movie. He strokes Bev's hair, and Bev no likey, so she cut that crap off. Personally, I like Bev with the short hair. I think it really suits her. The next day, all the boys are too scared to jump off the cliff into the water, so Bev just goes for it. You go, girl. You jump off that cliff. You show them, boys. This next scene is a beautiful scene. It shows all of them swimming in the water and playing around. I love this scene because of the fact that it's showing and embracing the childhood that is within each of these characters. As everyone's sitting around in a circle, Richie gets really nosy and looks through Ben's stuff. He finds a bunch of research about Derry. Ben then goes on to explain things about Derry that they never knew.
Derry's not like any town I've ever been in before. They did a study once, and it turns out people die or disappear 6 times the national average. And that's just grown-ups. Kids are worse. Way, way worse.
Ben leads him back to his house to show more history of Derry, and this is where we get a really funny scene. Bev closes a door and sees a New Kids on the Block poster, and Ben pleads with her not to show anyone, so she doesn't, being the nice girl she is. Bill then asks where the well house is, and I'll give you a spoiler, that crap's on Neibolt Street. But don't worry, Eddie's about to find that out for us. We're on Neibolt Street. And the world's so neat. And the world is but a treat when you're on Neibolt Street. That was a bad joke, I apologize. Eddie walks down Neibolt Street, which by now is going to become the new Elm Street, and he drops his pills right in front of the Neibolt house because it scares him so much. A friendly leper comes by and helps Eddie pick up his pills for him. This scares Eddie so much that he tries to run away and behind the house. Once he's behind the house, he realizes, oh, that wasn't a leper, that was just Pennywise. Fool me once, Pennywise, shame on you. Fool me twice, you Probably kill me by then. Meanwhile, Bev is in the bathroom reading the postcard. She's actually getting kind of into it. As she's reading the postcard, she hears sounds coming from her sink. It's kids calling out to her. As she's looking into it, a bunch of hair pulls up and grabs her and pulls her closer to the sink. At this moment, a bunch of blood spews out, coating the whole room and Bev. While this is going down, Bill walks downstairs with his sweet Lego turtle because he thinks he sees Georgie. As he goes into the basement, he turns out it is Georgie down there. Look at him, he's in the flesh, he's not dead. Gee, okay, that's just Pennywise and his Georgie clone. I'm just gonna leave this is too weird for me, bye. Bill escapes as Pennywise acts like the slithery snake he is and sinks back into the water where he came from. Yeah, that's right. You go back to the depths of hell. Next day, the boys help Bev clean up and Bev tries to hit on Bill, thinking he wrote the poem that Ben wrote. Ben sees this, so rest in peace to that one, OTP. After that, the kids discuss their Pennywise visions, and Richie gives a pretty good reason to why he's the only one who hasn't seen anything.
Only virgins see this stuff? Is that why I'm not seeing this shit?
Oh, Richie. Always the comedian. Meanwhile, at a different area, Mike is getting bullied and sees Pennywise waving. The kids then see Mike getting bullied and save him with rocks. The now fully formed Losers Club discusses all they know about Pennywise in the park, including what they're afraid of. This is where we find out that Richie is afraid of clowns. Meanwhile, Richie is asking the real questions.
Or the woman I keep seeing.
She hot?
No, Richie. She's not hot.
They decide to look at a projector in Bill's garage just so they can see where Pennywise is actually hiding. Pennywise doesn't like this. He rapidly changes the slides and eventually comes out of the slides to attack the losers. After this, they decide to go to the well house on Neibolt Street to fight Pennywise. It's at this point where Bill gives his non-stuttery speech, which is an amazing moment in this movie. It really shows that what he is feeling truly about going to this Neibolt house and what it means to him. It's better than living in a world without Georgie, and it's just a heartfelt moment. And that's where we're going to leave the losers for now. How else am I supposed to get the watch time? Of course, this is going to be a two-parter. Tune in for the next part of this video for who knows when. So I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, do leave a like down below. And as always, take care and bark on. Guys, it is finally done. It has taken me 1 month. Is it 1 month? I have no clue. However long it's taken to actually get this video out, and I'm so glad I got it out. I just want to say, I hope all of you watched this whole video. It's relatively short because I split it into two parts. For future reference, I will not split them into two parts. I will just risk the long video because I don't care. These are fun to make. So hopefully you will enjoy this. It is it part 2. I might have missed some stuff, but overall I'm very proud of this and I'm glad it turned out better than the first one. So I hope you guys will enjoy this video and I'll see you at the end. Richie, Eddie, and Bill enter the house. Richie freaks out at a missing poster of himself, but Bill calms him down. The boys see Ripson at the end of the hall, and Eddie gets distracted and gets separated. Eddie falls to the floor and breaks his arm. Richie idiotically follows a voice into a separate room away from Bill, where he finds a coffin with a puppet of himself in it. There's also something else in the room. Oh boy, it's filled with clowns! Fun fact, there's Tim Curry's original costume from the miniseries. Pennywise jumps from the coffin with a classic line that It fans know.
Beep, beep, Richie.
Meanwhile, Eddie is dealing with his broken arm when the worst possible leftovers come from the fridge. Ugh, clown, isn't this thing like 2 months old?
Time to float.
Pennywise plays with Eddie because his food tastes much better when it's fearful. Let me just say that Skarsgård really kills it in this scene. I loved his acting in it, and it actually made me generally terrified for Eddie. After Bill saves Richie, they're forced to play the worst game show ever. What's behind door number 1? It's Betty Ripson, ripped in half! Dang it! How hard is it to win a new car? She isn't going on the list of deaths due to the fact that it's only hallucination of her and we only ever hear that she's dead. We never actually see it. Bill and Richie run in just before Eddie is eaten alive and Pennywise drops the most hard-hitting line in this movie.
This isn't real enough for you, Billy. I'm not real enough for you. It wasn't real enough for Georgie.
Luckily, Bev stabs Pennywise, leaving him weakened. Pennywise bows his way out of the room and crawls down as well. Bye-bye, Pennywise. Richie tries to play surgeon and fix Eddie's arm. That's gonna leave a mark. The losers break apart and some time passes. The time jump shows us Henry Bowers shooting cans and almost a cat when his dad shows the audience how to raise a tiny murder child of their own.
Look at them now, boys. Ain't nothing like a little fear to make a paper man crumble.
Eddie talks to the pharmacist's daughter, and she mentions how his medications are placebos, then offers to sign his cast. Not very kindly, though. Henry follows a balloon to a mailbox where his knife is. He walks inside, and the TV turns on and gives him pretty clear instructions on what to do.
Kill him. Kill him. Kill him. Kill him. Kill them all. Kill them all.
I always hated this channel. It sent me such mixed messages as a kid. Mr. Bowers marks the third kill of this movie. Very gory, very nasty, and killed by his own son. Bev is about to sneak out when her dad catches her and gets real pervy. Again, I will not show this clip just because this clip is scarier than the whole movie itself. She puts an end to that crap with a toilet lid to the head. Pennywise wants to get grabby too, so he grabs Bev by the neck and away they go. Bill runs the theater, luckily not to see Nightmare 5, and tells Richie that it got Bev.
It got Beverly.
Eddie finally stands up to his mom and leaves as she struggles to run after him. The losers go to the Nebo house to find Bev. The boys climb down the well one by one. Bev wakes up in Pennywise's lair, and we finally see why he's known as Pennywise the Dancing Clown. Bev doesn't behave like an audience should, and this hacks off Pennywise enough to make him put her in the air. For my next trick, I'll make this brat fly! Henry shows up and gives his best impression of a sheep. Mike avoids a death by a sheep gun, and finally becomes a man by pushing Henry into the well. I won't count Henry as a kill because he's already had an adult version casted to play his role in part 2. Stan gets separated from the group, and the losers find him getting his first kiss from a girl. Turns out it was just Pennywise, who kindly reminds the audience why we're watching anyway.
Welcome everyone, my name's Ali. Another day, obviously another awesome Fortnite video. Today
Bill sees Georgie that leads him to where the lair is. He completely walks by Bev to go after Georgie. Come on, Bill. Seriously? The rest of the losers find Bev, and Ben kisses her to somehow break the Okay, what the heck? This isn't Disney. Bill kills the fake Georgie, and it turns into Pennywise. The final fight is about to start.
let's get ready to rumble.
Pennywise morphs into things that the losers hate as they beat him up. He then grabs Bill and gives them a choice. Either let him eat Bill and they'll live happy lives, or they will all die together.
And you will all live to grow and thrive and lead happy lives.
Richie says, "No, dog, that's dumb." And they start beating up Pennywise again with Bev stabbing him straight through the mouth. No more fear from the kids means no more food. So Pennywise gives his last line and falls down a well to return in the 2019 sequel.
Fear.
After this, the losers agree to come back when it comes back. Bill and Bev kiss, which pains me to see because I shipped Ben and Bev so much. And that's it! No pun intended. So let me go tell you my opinions. Why am I even holding this?
Bill, if you'll come with me, you'll float too. You'll float too. You'll float too. You'll float too. You'll float too.
Here we are, in the area where I'm going to be telling you about the movie as my opinion. So, let me just start off by saying I really liked this movie. As a fan of horror movies, I thought it really did Stephen King's novel justice. I think it fulfilled everything that I was hoping for. I also liked the Stranger Things vibe to it, and I liked the Loser Club. And overall, I would give this movie a 64%. Now, that might sound bad, but for my standards, a 64% is really good for a movie. So don't go thinking I'm really critical of movies. I will say my favorite scene in this movie was the scene at the end where everyone was fighting Pennywise. I thought that was well choreographed and well done all around. Overall, 3 people died in this movie, and my favorite death and the most graphic was obviously Georgie, because we'd never seen that in the previous one. So I thought that was pretty cool. As well as that, my favorite vision was when Eddie went behind the house and we saw all the balloons covering Pennywise's face. I thought that was unbelievably cool. Finally, another movie review done. I finally got to this. It took a month, actually, but I'm glad I got it done. And you know what? I'll be back in October with more, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. There should be another video next week. Maybe not a movie review, but you'll see what it is. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. But anyways, hope you did enjoy. If you did, do leave a like down below. And as always, take care and bark on.